Hey there guys, thank you so much for joining me, the Indie Gamer, here back with another video. In today's video, I am incredibly excited to bring you my hands-on preview of one of my most anticipated titles of 2024, Pacific Drive, a road-based roguelike survival game, and the debut title from developer Ironwood Studios. I just want to say a huge thank you to Kepler Interactive, the game's publisher, who kindly arranged access to this pretty expansive 5-hour preview of the game in order to share my thoughts with you guys. Pacific Drive has a confirmed release date of the 22nd of February 2024, when it will release on PS5 and PC. So, with that said, let's jump into the preview. Pacific Drive is a vehicle-based roguelike survival game set in the Pacific Northwest of America in the mysterious setting of the Olympic Exclusion Zone, an experimental government research site gone wrong. In real life, this area of America is particularly beloved for its natural beauty, and the name Pacific Drive is directly drawn from the much-loved Pacific Drive route across the Pacific Northwest, which the game's developer were particularly inspired by. This is no ordinary Pacific Northwest though. In Pacific Drive, something has gone horribly wrong due to the experimental use of the area, leaving it riddled with perilous phenomena, high radiation levels, and strange and dangerous happenings as a result. The setting of the game is both strikingly beautiful and intimidating at the same time, so making sure you are well equipped for each run is vital to survival amidst an ever-changing world that, if not respected, will trip you up at every turn. Pacific Drive brings together ideas from a wide range of influences, experiences, and genres to create something that feels incredibly fresh as a result. Gameplay-wise, other than its roguelike design, the game places its most heavy emphasis on survival and scavenging for resources, in order to craft items that will aid your survival and allow you to progress further into the game. In Pacific Drive, your trusty station wagon is your best friend, and looking after it is essential to success in the Exclusion Zone. Monitoring your car's health, fuel, battery, and radiation levels are all key aspects. The car interior is beautifully designed and has a super cool retro futuristic feel to it, with the mix of the trusty old station wagon aesthetic blended with the augmented look of the advanced technology. And I simply love the way everything is physically right there in front of you, and not just a confusing overlaid HUD. This design decision was a superb choice and created a wonderful feeling of immersion in the game. Ironwood Studios have clearly paid so much attention to the finer details, encouraging you to become passionate about looking after your car, as when you do, it will look after you as a result. In Pacific Drive, your garage acts as your safe space, hub area, and base of operations, and this is where you can repair your trusty station wagon, upgrade tools, and other elements too to prepare for the open road. Once ready, you'll embark upon the Olympic Exclusion Zone and begin your run. On the run, you'll be guided by radio communications, predominantly by a woman named Oppie, the owner of the garage and a veteran of the test site. The voice acting by Oppie and the other voice characters over the radio were all superbly delivered and full of personality, adding insight into the game's intriguing story. I won't spoil anything here, but Pacific Drive has a very welcome focus on narrative, and this preview has definitely left me coming away thinking about where this game's interesting story will go next.
I wonder if you're already feeling the remnants effects, driver. Have you been fixating on the car, maybe?
If only we knew where remnants came from. Then we'd have a place to start on how to help you. This is no typical anomaly.
In terms of progression, to advance to the next leg of your run, you'll need to open up what is called a gateway. In doing so, you'll be able to walk back to the garage where you'll be able to prepare for the next stage. However, opening a gateway will cause stability in the area to crash hard, so be sure to make sure you're ready before opening up the portal. This was definitely one of my favourite elements of this preview, and really ramps up the tension when the storm violently moves in on you as you try to escape. Once you make it through the portal, you'll be teleported back to the garage to make any upgrades and repairs and choose your next destination. If you face defeat, you'll still walk back to the garage, but in defeat you'll lose any valuable resources you've gathered on that run, and will need to regroup and rethink your tactics for your next attempt in standard roguelike fashion. Going into this preview, I was keen to discover how the gameplay loop would play out and how many of the true roguelike traits Pacfic Drive would employ. Now I've had the chance to spend some decent time with the game, I would definitely say it has a strong roguelike core, but to be more specific, I would say the game is more roguelite in nature, as the game has an absolute ton of leveling systems and a good amount of these carry over even when you face defeat in the Exclusion zone, much like a game like Hades. Overall, Pacfic Drive's core gameplay loop feels super satisfying and awesome to play, and the way Ironwood Studios are playing on the sci-fi aspects, it fits the concept of the game perfectly. This is a game that will have you feeling like a budding mechanical engineer once you get to grips with its systems. There's so much attention to detail paid to the many different crafting, maintaining and upgrading mechanics in the game. And although I definitely did feel a little overwhelmed at first with the sheer amount of systems the game throws at you, after some time spent tinkering, the crafting element actually became one of my favourite elements of the game. Pacfic Drive just feels so lovingly created by what seems to be a developer with a huge passion for engineering and technology, and you can really see their passion shining through for this game. Another thing that Pacfic Drive absolutely nails is atmosphere. There's a day-night cycle, a time of day, and also weather conditions too that really add to the immersion. The feeling of tension when you're out on a run scavenging for resources is superb. Leaving your vehicle to loot buildings and scavenge will provide you with the building blocks to craft invaluable items. Just be sure to stay alert though, as this world is definitely out to get you. All in all, this preview has convincingly reinforced my excitement for Pacfic Drive as one of my most anticipated of 2024. Based on everything I played in this 5-hour preview, the game impressed in just about every single way. I will of course contain my excitement and reserve full judgment for the full release, but I'm even more convinced than ever that Pacfic Drive has the potential to be something very special indeed. And with the release on the 22nd of February, the best part is we don't have long to wait now until we get to dive into the full game. Most of all guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Pacfic Drive. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. For more indie goodness like this one, feel free to check out one of the 2 videos on screen right now. But otherwise, thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.